on, guys? It is Sunday morning. I'm filming on my new iPhone 11. The quality looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and compare it to my camera to see. I'm guessing my camera is a little bit better, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know how or what you think of it in the comment section. I'm super excited about it because I wanted a phone that I would be able to just sort of whip out in places like restaurants and grocery stores and stuff like that and not get weird looks for filming. So this is going to be super cool. It's going to be sort of portable. I can get shots in the gym with my camera and then shots just anywhere else where it might be a little bit more awkward just on my phone. And then let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and I put together a little bit of an edit in honor of spooky season, which I got super excited for this year. And we attended a concert here in Bozeman, Montana called Quarantine, and it was super awesome. Love the DJs, super cool time, and yeah, just enjoy this video and hope you guys are having a great spooky season. What is going on, guys? It has been a hot minute and I am so incredibly sorry. Like, from the bottom of my heart, my sincerest apologies. After I finished filming the clip right before the edit that you guys just saw, I figured out that my battery was dead, and then I went to go search for my camera bag and it was nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere. I looked for probably 5 hours and it has all the rest of my batteries in it and the battery chargers. So there's no way to charge the battery that I had, and all of my other batteries were gone. So I had to buy some new ones off of Amazon, and that is what I am doing right now, just filming on it. I am so sorry I didn't get a YouTube video last week, but I am going to continue trying to put them up weekly, even though it's kind of a struggle. But yeah, lately I've just been playing some of the newest Call of Duty, which is super cool. So add me on there. Just hit me up on Instagram if you want to play sometime. I'd be down to do squads or something like that. But yeah, let's get into the video. What is going on, boos? It is... You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is voiceover time, baby. And this time, coming at you with a leg workout. I promised I would. And let's just say my weight isn't where I want it to be with my squats still. But oh well, I'm still gonna give this to you guys. I don't really care, but I'm still going through a back injury right now, so as you can see right here, I'm just doing a ton of stretches. I try to take about 15 to 20 minutes before I even start my leg workout, just to get extremely warmed up, get as mobile as possible, because guys, my hips are so incredibly tight. It's just not even, it's not even funny. It's terrible. It's absolutely pathetic how tight my hips are. I've got to do 15 to 20 minutes just to be able to break parallel on my squats. So as you can see here, I'm doing something that's called, I think it's called the world's greatest stretch. And I had no idea about this stretch. I really wish I had known about it before. It really hits like that section underneath your leg, like where your butt connects to your hamstring. And that has always been extremely tight on me, but I've never known how to stretch it. And so I was so happy when I finally figured out that that's how you stretch it, just by putting your leg out. You can see that one of them I'm doing like on like a 45-degree angle with my toe out, and then I'm doing another one where I keep my feet facing forward and I keep my knee out in front of me and not at any sort of an angle, and then just trying to touch the ground with my elbow. Oh man, guys, this stretch freaking hurts me. I'm sweating so hard when I'm done with these. It's just crazy. Yeah, but let's see here. After this, I didn't film it, but I actually did some leg extensions. I like to do a couple of leg extensions before my leg workout just to warm up my knees. Obviously, it's not an ideal exercise for everybody because some people just get too much knee activation. Too much of the weight focuses on their knee instead of their quad when they're doing it. But if you've been doing it for a long time and you know how to activate your quads, I don't see anything wrong with it. As you can see, I'm doing some splits right now, just really trying to loosen up those hips, because guys, damn, those hips are tight as hell. You're probably, if you go and like do some of these stretches that I'm doing, you'll probably be more flexible than I am at them, and I have been doing them religiously like 2 to 3 times a day for the past almost a month now, and you'll probably be better at me than them. That's how bad my mobility is. Like, that is just how terrible it is. Yeah, so this one, as you can see, I added the rotation in there. That really helps with just closing off my my injury is very similar to a disc bulge, and what that does is it basically closes off the disc bulge. At least that's the way that my physical therapist put it. It's really helpful just to loosen up the front of that, the front of my hips, because when I squat and I start getting deeper, about to break parallel, I do notice that I feel like there's almost tennis balls like right to the sides of my groin inside of my hips, which is really obnoxious, and that really helps with that. Alright guys, and then for this next one, I'm just doing some foam rolling on my IT band. Once again, it's just a great thing to do if you experience any sort of knee pain at all. I know that if I don't do this probably 3 times a week, I'll notice that my knees will start clicking a lot more. They'll start just sort of aching during the day. They'll start aching when I'm doing squats. So it's really good to just try to relax that IT band as much as possible and just smash the hell out of it with the foam roller just to loosen it up. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about was just yeah, so as you can see, my squats right here after a really long time of warming up, and obviously those sets of leg extensions that I did not videotape. But this is my first working set. I'm working with 225. As you can see, I am wearing a belt. And now I'm just breaking parallel, which I'm super excited about. I'm trying not to go too much lower, because you can see if you focus really hard on basically where my belt meets my shorts, you can kind of tell there's a little bit of a butt wink going on there right at the very end, and that's basically what I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to be able to break parallel perfectly without a butt wink. That is the ultimate goal. But one of the reasons that my PT thought that I should get a belt, previously I'd been doing all my squats raw, But he told me that he thought that I should get a belt because I didn't really know what it meant to brace whenever I went to do a squat. And so basically my core, even though I train my core fairly often and like I think my midsection looks pretty good, or it looks as good as I want it to, my core was still severely lacking in terms of strength because I was beginning to squat such a great amount of weight, really not that much weight, but I was beginning to squat too much weight for my core to handle, basically. So my core was weakening up and I wasn't bracing, and so that would cause my back to overarch. And instead of keeping my back straight, I would sort of it wouldn't arch toward the ceiling, but it would arch toward the floor to overcompensate for that weakness in the abs. And then as you can see, I threw 245 on the bar just because things were feeling good today. No nerve pain at all. I'm still doing like a couple of mobility exercises in between each of my sets of squats. Now for squat shoes, I am wearing the Nike Romello 3s, which are awesome. I've got a super cool red pair. And I really like wearing those. I really enjoy wearing them because they have a slight lift on them. I think it's like 8 to 10 millimeters. I hope I'm getting that right. So it's almost a centimeter of difference between your heel and your toes, basically. And what that does is it just gives you that little bit of extra ankle mobility that I may not have yet. So I'm basically just working with that, trying to figure things out. And then one thing that I am doing for my ankle mobility to try to improve it a little bit is I'm getting dry needled pretty consistently by my chiropractor. And that is very interesting. If you don't know what dry needling is, you should go look up a video of it just to see what exactly I'm talking about. But it's basically acupuncture on steroids. They're basically sticking a really thin needle extremely deep into your muscles just to get them to relax. And that's been helping quite a bit. Yeah, it's still kind of hard to see just how much progress is being made with that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep doing it and we'll see. I also had some done on my back just to help the healing process of that nerve that was getting pinched because of my offset hips. And then one other thing, I also as you can see, when I'm squatting here, I do have a lift in my right shoe. So I have, because I'm not sure if you're new to the channel or you're watching this for the first time, I talked about this in a previous video, but one of my legs is, I was born with one of my legs shorter than the other one, and so my right leg is shorter than my left leg, and that's what's been throwing my hips off and everything like that. So basically I have a lift that is about half a centimeter underneath the heel of my right shoe, and I don't have that in my left shoe. And that's just to help compensate for that difference in length of my femur. We figured that out. It is my femur that's longer than the other, which is really interesting because that's not usually something that's different on people. It's just a very strange genetic deformity. So then you can see I went back to do some leg extensions. As I was saying before, I really enjoy these. They really activate my quads, help me get a great pump. I know if you guys know who Lex Little is, you might not, but he's a Gymshark sponsored athlete. He's a little bit younger than me, and he just has the biggest quads of all time. And what he told people when they asked him how to get big quads, how to get big legs, he said squats. He said two things: squats and leg extensions. So I can't stress how good these are enough, but then also to make sure you're doing them with good form. Like, don't load on the weight as much as you can possibly do and just get crappy reps. Don't do that. Focus on the contraction, focus on the negative, focus on the eccentric part of the movement, and you'll just get a great pump. And if it's bothering your knees, I would just stop. Just stop it if it's bothering your knees, or maybe even just drop the weight to extremely light to get it to a point where you're really just feeling it in that quad. And then right here we moved on to some Bulgarian split squats. I'm using the 50 pounds with these. These have been a staple of my leg workout for a long time now. It's been especially helpful just throughout having this whole injury because it basically doesn't put any stress on your lower back at all. The stress on your lower back is incredibly minimal. So that was really helpful when I was going through all of that, pain. So yeah, I just really focused with this one on trying to get my knee as far out over my foot as possible, which is, I'm not able to quite get my knee past my toes, but just to really focus on the quads in this movement. You're obviously going to get some glute and hamstring activation, which is good. But then I also just like that they're essentially squats, but taking out all of that lower back activation. So you're getting all the same pros that you do with normal squats, but just without that risk of injury. And then I think there's also a lot of carryover because it helps me activate my hamstrings a lot and my glutes, and just focus on the contraction there. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure I did 3 sets with that, and then I moved on to some hip thrusts, and this is actually pretty much the last workout. You guys might be thinking like, wow, Brandon's not working with very much volume, especially compared to the other videos that he puts out. That's very true. My leg volume has significantly decreased. You don't see me doing any leg press or just, normal lunges. There's so many more leg exercises that I could be doing that I'm just not right now. I would say this whole workout that I did probably takes me a total of about an hour and 15 minutes to do, and then I'll actually hit some abs afterwards. But yeah, so just on those leg extensions, on those hip thrusts, I'm just activating the hamstrings and activating my glutes just for overall what do you call it? Overall posterior chain health, just getting all those muscles in the back activated there to help carry over to the squat. And then I didn't film this, but I did do some hamstring leg curls, which is another exercise that I really enjoy doing. So one thing that you'll also probably notice about my workout is that I didn't include leg press in there. Now, leg press is a good workout. I don't have anything against it. I did it for a really long time when I was younger, whenever I hit legs. But basically, the deal with leg press is that it's just not as functional, and you don't get anywhere near out of it as much as you do from a squat. And so my goal with my leg workouts is to have my squats be the focal point of my entire leg workout. Like I plan on spending most of my time squatting. My squats right now are taking up about 30 minutes out of that hour and 15 minute workout. So I squat for a really long time, and that's not even including the time that I spend beforehand doing mobility just to be able to hit the depth on my squat. But the squats are just so incredibly important for all around leg development, and then they're also so functional, and they help build everything, and they're just a better workout than the leg press, and you're gonna get a whole lot more out of it. And so I'm basically going to hold off on doing leg press. Even though I do enjoy leg press, I'm going to hold off on doing it for a while until I can get my whole squat routine down, until I'm feeling 100% on my squats, and I'm past the point of the weight that I used to work with pre-injury. And if it comes to it and I need to add more volume in, leg press will probably be the first thing that I add in, because it is a good exercise, just it is not as good as the squat. No matter how many people will tell you that you don't have to squat in order to get big legs, which is probably true, but squatting will get you bigger legs faster than leg pressing will. Leg press is it just can't compare. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Sorry once again that it's late, but I hope you enjoyed this leg workout. Please continue to give me some time with just getting my numbers back up to what we were working with pre-injury, and I'm just gonna keep working on my mobility and trying to get my squat to look as pretty as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please hit the like and subscribe button if you guys enjoyed the video, and just let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at Brandon_C_Clark, because I will be having some pretty cool content coming up pretty soon, so stay in touch.
Oh yeah, damn boy. Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick-ass boy! Damn!